And at the moment, you know, we've got Grandma in there, we've got Mindy and Chandler, everyone's sort of taking turns and taking care of her. And, you know, it's a very, very big ordeal. Anyone who's had little babies will definitely know. And for me, just being an uncle, I'm just beaming with excitement. I'm over the moon, and I can't wait for the day when we get little Grace in here feeding crocodiles. We've got a good history with feeding crocs with infants, so what could possibly go wrong? But today we are here to feed crocodiles and here to teach you about these incredible modern day dinosaurs. And today you're in for a pretty special treat because we've got the original, the OG, we've got Monty, one of my absolute favourite crocs. He was the first croc we ever got at Australian Zoo. He came here about this long and now he is a unit. He's a big croc, he means business, and he's definitely always one that keeps you on your toes. So I reckon, let's get into it, eh? Alright, now I'm going to have my food bucket here, and what I want you guys to do is start to direct your attention to the mouth of the canal and watch this monster of a croc start to make its way out. Come on, mate. Now watch closely. Here we go. Come on, big boy. Come on, man. Come on, mate. Come on, look at the size of him. Come on, man. Oh, he's starting to put on the power. He's coming all the way out. Good boy. Right up here, mate. Here he comes now. You might think he looks small from where you're sitting, but it's a different story down here, let me tell you. Here we go. Now he's looking at that bucket, he's watching the movement, getting all the power from his tail. He's starting to come in. Now don't blink or you'll miss it, because he's about to put on the strike. Are you ready for this? Come on up, here we go. Here's the strike, Yeah! All the way out here, mate.
It's a little alligator.
This is the danger zone as he comes up here. Watch that speed. Now, have a go at this. Ready. Snap. He's got it. How good was that? There you go. There it is. You got another piece. You have another one. There you got a little bit hanging from your head. There you go, mate. Good job. What a good boy. You done? Finish that? Alright, isn't he just a little beauty? Now, you may notice this is not Monty. This is actually an American alligator. What do you reckon? We get the real Monty out. Sounds good? Alright. Well, I did trick you there. That's not Monty, surprisingly. That is an American alligator. And one of the main differences that you can actually see between alligators and crocs. See when he leaves like that, one you see later, and one you see in wild. See what I did there? See you later, alligator, and wild crocodile. Yeah, that's my mum's joke. Anyway, alright, I reckon we should get the real Monty out here, but before we get him out, I'll give you a little bit of backstory on Monty. When Monty first came here, he was about 1 metre long, and at that point, my dad was about 1 metre tall. And Monty and Dad kind of grew up together. They had a pretty awesome relationship. Dad loved Monty, and Monty loved to try and eat Dad. And so it was pretty exciting. He really was the beginning. He was the croc that sparked all of this. So he's a pretty special animal here at the zoo. I reckon we'll head up to the big screen now and watch Monty, the real Monty, coming out. Here he comes. He's going to be keen. Now, what we're going to be doing today is basically teaching you what not to do in crocodile territory. Because if we can stay safe up in northern Australia where crocs live and avoid an attack, that means obviously it's going to be great for us, but also great for crocodile protection as well. So basically, the first rule I can teach you is this: don't stand close to the water. Stand here. If you're 4 to 5 metres back, you're totally safe. It's only when you approach the water's edge and get close to the croc's territory, this is the danger zone. But this is the only thing you have to worry about when you're up in northern Australia. As long as you don't do what I'm doing today, you'll have no problem whatsoever. But what I want you to look at, we will start to focus our attention here, just to the mouth of the canal, and he's going to start making his way out. Now Monty's a funny crocodile. He's an old timer. He kind of does his own thing. Sometimes he takes it a little slower, he tries to lure you into a false sense of security, but let me tell you, if he does want to put on the power, he can. Now, this is dangerous, but this is even more dangerous. If I get into Monty's water, if I get into his territory, that is where you really start to have problems. If you can imagine, if this is deep, dark, murky water, you'd have no idea he was here. You could be sitting here, having a fish, enjoying the water, weather's great, but little do you know, there's a massive 13-foot plus crocodile that's actually making his way out. He's getting in on these vibrations, he's feeling his way in, and then, when he feels like it's just about time, he'll put on a strike. Alright. There's that initial strike. Keep it there. Good boy, mate. Good boy, Mon. Isn't he awesome? Big end. He's a legend. Now, what I'm going to do, see if I can beat him across that creek. Come on. Come, big boy. And we'll see if we can show you another strike from the water's edge with Monty. Come on, mate. Thank you. Now, keep in mind, if he wants to, if he really wants to put on the power, he can hit that back fence in one single motion. So if I'm nervous, it's right this side. Come on. Good boy, Monty. Isn't he cute? He's such a good crocodile. Now, it'll take him a minute. He's got to juggle that piece of meat down, because he can't chew. There you go, yeah, you got it. Come on, big boy. Come on, big fella. Come on then. Now, what you're seeing here is that strike from the water's edge, but he's got another tactic up his sleeve. It's something that we call the tail walk, and this ramp here is specially designed to show you that. So, this is a tactic that crocs will use from the time they're very, very young, from a little hatchling, to catch anything silly enough to overhang the surface of the water. And they'll use this technique way up into adulthood. Good boy, Monty. Oh, you're being nice and gentle today. Thank you, mate. Here you go. Come on. Nice job, Monty. Now, we've got his favourite. We've got a nice little rat burger here. Fresh from Crocodile Cafe. We call them chicken burgers. Monty loves them. Good boy, Mon. Alright. Okay, now, what I'm going to do here is show you one more strike with Monty, thank you, mate, and give you an idea of how easy it is to outmaneuver a big croc. Come on, mate. We're going to come out there, alright. Now, once he comes out of the water, he loses that element of surprise pretty quickly. And he knows, once he's out on land, he's just not quick anymore. Good boy, Monty. So you can see that big round belly, that big tail, and those little legs. That means that on land, he just doesn't have the upper hand. I can easily walk backwards, just scroll, and easily stay out of his way. Only in the water are crocodiles truly dangerous. But out on land, I feel comfortable enough that I can, yeah, see that? I can sit down right in front of him, and he just wants to get back in the water. And that's because he knows that that's where he's quick. I can do whatever I want out here, and Monty could care less. But once he's back in the water, watch this, if I start to approach the water's edge. Oh, what do you reckon, Monty? What if I come in here? What do you think? Oh, see that? Immediately, it starts to get a little bit more interesting. So, the message is simple. Don't swim in croc territory, don't overhang the water, and don't stand too close to the water's edge. But just do that, you'll never have a problem. The unfortunate reality is, when an attack does occur, when you break legal rules, when you infringe on the crocodile's territory, and they grab you, crocs are branded as these evil, ugly monsters that are just swimming around trying to kill everyone in sight. But as you can see, that couldn't be further from the truth. We have to make a mistake for a problem to occur. So it's very important that we learn to love, respect these guys, and coexist with them, because that's going to be the key to our survival and the key to their survival. 200 million years, crocs have been the apex predator, the king of the river system. And so it's up to us to work to conserve these guys. Because without crocs, without that apex predator, everything else in the ecosystem will start to degrade. What are you doing? Now, at the moment, Monty's watching all those little kids at the moment, so I reckon we should get Monty really nice and fired up. He's still got a bit of go in him. So, what do you think, Mon? You want a nice big piece of food, mate? Yeah, I reckon you'll be keen. Okay. Now, what we got here is a nice big chunk of meat for Monty, and already he's pretty stoked. Come on, mate. Yeah, here you go, big boy. Now, what we're going to do here is simulate a struggling animal. This is exactly how Monty would act out in the wild. Now, he grabs, sinks his teeth in, and when he thinks he can, he'll death roll it just like that. And that's how we disorientate the animal. Here we go. Here we go. We'll do another one. Yeah, another death roll. How good is that? Good boy, Mon. Not often you get to see the rocks in the white tummy and live to tell about it. Here we go. Pull him around again. Now, put up a good fight today. Come on. Oh, there's another one. So, if you can imagine, if you're a little animal, there's no way you're going to be able to survive that. He just sinks it, rolls it off its feet, and then drowns it very quickly. Right, go for one more, Mon. You're doing a great job, mate. And Monty loves this. This is his favourite part of the day. But, oh yeah, it's tired. Come on, mate, one more, what do you reckon? Got one more in you. There he goes. Alright, cut that. Pull him up. Good job, Monty. Big end for Monty, eh? You did well. Now, what you'll see here, remember what I mentioned before? See how he's got a massive chunk of meat? He's not chewing it, he's actually just juggling it, getting it in just the right spot so he can swallow it down. Oh, now, oh, hear that crunch? Do you hear that? Now, he's actually got 3,000 pounds per square inch of closing jaw pressure. So even though he can't chew, it's that immediate slam of the jaws that usually just kills the prey animal on impact. Now, at this point in the show, Monty and we're in the same boat. We're very tired. Monty's put up a good fight. He's had a great day. He's got to come out here, defend his territory, get a good feed, but that means it's going to be pretty hard to get him home. So I reckon there's one thing left to do to get this guy home. Alright, well, I'll say a big thank you for being here. And remember guys, Crocs rule! Have a good day, we'll see you later. Watch this.
It's